Welcome to another new creature review. Today we are checking out Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Deluxe Class Sideswipe. Let's check this guy out. This is a very, very nice figure. This alt mode is fantastic. I cannot believe how solid this alt mode feels. There's just like there's nothing loose about this guy, and it rolls really nice. Well, it's not. The wheels aren't catching on my on my table, but they do roll, and they roll really nice. Yeah, let's check out his details. Just look at this right here. We have like this like pseudo floating red panel right here on top of the black. That is such a nice touch right there. We've got a lot of really cool lines, and you know you've got to kind of owe that a little bit to Lamborghini, because that's really what this guy's based on. Even though this is a Cybertron mode transformer, this is undeniably a G1 homage to his alt mode. I mean, like, look at that front end. Look at that silhouette right there, that profile. Yeah, there's no question at all. It's just like really, yeah. We got this kind of pseudo clear. It's like a translucent, like brownish black plastic right here, and you can see that this is painted on here. But it's a really nice paint. There's a little bit of crunchiness on the edge right there and right there, but by and large, it is a beautiful paint job. You got that like dull matted red going on there. It's not all shiny. It looks, you know, it looks like an expensive race car. That's what it is, you know. You got these silver painted hubcaps. Oh man, look at the top right here. That is just beautiful. This is a beautiful transformer. This is amazing. This is an amazing and wonderful looking transformer. Even underneath, geez, it's like really like, I don't know. It's like tucked away. It's like really like, it's very neat. They did a good job with this particular aspect of his alt mode. I really like that. Everything's just tucked away and put away. Let's do some size comparisons. Here he is with Wave 1 Premier Edition Bumblebee and Hound. Here he is with Star Wars Black Series Obi-Wan and Wave 2 Premier Edition Bumblebee. And here he is with Flywheels and Cog. Alright, let's get this guy transformed. You know what? Before we do that, let's take out his gun. There it is. It's two pieces. You got the front little laser pistol, and then like the launcher type on the back. And when it goes together, it is called RR Gyro Fuse Axle Switch Hyper Blaster. So that's cool. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it goes like that. Now, this is a little bit of a pain because you got this this 5mm peg right here, and then you have this little square tab right here, and this goes into Sideswipe's shoulder. But if you don't have this oriented the right way, which it came like this in my box, which is okay, you know, but I believe traditionally this goes on his right shoulder, and if it goes on his right shoulder, this peg keeps his head from turning, and I will show you that in just a minute. Let's go ahead and transform this guy. Now, unlike Hound, who I broke in, and I didn't break him, I broke him in. I did not break in Sideswipe, so he's a little, yeah, I don't like how these panels go. They're a little tight right there, and I think it's because of the knurled pin that goes in there. But that's okay. I've said before, I'd rather that they were tight than loose. So it is what it is. In the end, it is what it is. So let's, okay. You see there's like a hook tab right there. It slides in. It's a sliding tab. Now, these right here, I've only transformed this guy into alt mode. So it's kind of, ugh. This right here is a nightmare. Because it's hinged right here. And it's supposed to go flat. And oh my gosh. Yeah, it's really hard to, at least for me, I don't know if it's just mine, but it's, yeah, maybe I just need to break that in. But there we go. Is that something? Yeah, it's the back of his knee, I think. Okay, we'll close that. We'll pop this one out. You know what? I'm going to, this right here. I'm going to see if I can do the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to break that in just a little bit so it doesn't, like, break on me unexpectedly. And then we have these. Flip those out. So this guy's alt mode is really like fun to get to once you get over those initial tight joints, and it's really nice. It just everything fits. It's just really, this guy was really well engineered. I think between him and Hound, I like this guy better, actually, just because of how well he's engineered. Just everything fits in so well and so nice. So this is Sideswipe in his robot mode. I said in my my Hound video, the only reason I had this guy transformed at the beginning was because I was playing with my kids. You know, because they're toys. They should be played with. So we're just rolling them around, just having a little bit of a good time. You know, so this is what I was talking about right here. Let's zoom in on this. So it came in the box like this. This was in, you know, a blister pack on the side. And it said, go ahead and tab that in. So I tabbed it in. And then there's this bar behind his head. You see that? It doesn't look good, and it hinders his head articulation. So you can either pop it over to the other side, which is perfectly fine. Do what you want to do. It's your toy. It looks good like that too, but I like mine on the right shoulder. So the only bad side about this is that there's this little peg right here sticking out from the 5mm, little 3.5 there. Stick this on the other side and you'll see there's a gap. When it's in on this side, there's actually a hole in there for that sub peg, so it goes flush. This side, not so much, but I'm okay with that. I might even go in with a drill later and just make it happen. Then we just stick that in there, and there we go. Fantastic. Looks really good. All right, let's put this guy down. And we'll do some size comparisons real quick before we get into articulation. Here he is with flywheels and cog. We got Black Series Obi-Wan and Wave 2 Premier Edition Bumblebee And we have DC Multiverse Trench Warrior and Black Manta from the Aquaman wave. Let's get in on his details. Now, one of my favorite things about the Lamborghini brothers is that they have this broad chest right here. It just, that classic Transformers hood chest. It looks so good. It's one of my favorite things about this guy. He just has that classic look, like all around, just like Hound. He just looks so good. And you got his wheels inside underneath his arms. That just the like little tiny details like that. They just look so good. And this whole thing, his backpack, you see underneath there, it's all like folded in, accordioned in, and just really, really tight. Kind of like, I better not say that. Okay, you know what? I backed myself into a corner. It's kind of like a Bayverse Transformer on the back right there, except this is so much nicer. It just like clamps in and it's done. There's no folding and worrying that you're going to snap something off or break something or loosen a hinge that you didn't want to loosen. And this cream white, like this off-white, kind of like it almost looks like resin. It's not, I promise, but it's like, I don't know, it looks really like just pristine, very it doesn't look cheap. I say that a lot. But, it's a good thing. It's a good thing that it doesn't look cheap. Especially this line. It just, like, overall, except for Cog, I don't think this line looks cheap at all. It just looks like, it looks collector's grade. It just looks so nice. Got a little bit of kibble, but, these classic Transformers, kibble is welcome. If it's... At least in my camp. Kibble is welcome because it adds to that G1 look. You got like scrapes right through here, like he's been like scraping on his knees, Looks really good. It's a little bit on his feet too. Oh, man. Okay, let's get in on his articulation. Wait, you know what? Let's look at his face. Zoom in on his face. He's got the horns. That silver face with the blue eyes. Oh, man. It looks so good. Just all the way around. That classic Sideswipe. It just... Oh, man. Alright, let's get in on his articulation. He's got a ball-jointed head. Like, for sure, it's ball-jointed. Nothing's really hindering it. But... you know what? It's on a peg that's ball jointed in to his torso. It's not the other way around like usual. And that's cool. You got full swing right here. You got a hinge, goes up that far. You got a very tight mushroom peg right there. And a single jointed elbow. Gets just like your square angle right there. We don't have rotation articulation here, but it's all right. You don't really need it. All right, we got a waist swivel below the waist. We've got hinge, got full Van Damme, and we got swivel right there. He can do the splits forward and sideways. Got a single jointed knee, but unlike Hound, you only get that much. That's not bad, that's acceptable. It doesn't need to do a full-on crunch. And we do have a decent ankle tilt. We don't have a toe though. We don't have toe articulation, but that's how far down it can go. So he can Get really far down there. And he's got a wide base, so he, you know, it's not flat, but it's sturdy. So yeah, that's man. This guy just blows me away. It's amazing how good this Transformer is. I think I like him better than Hound. It just I don't know what it is. It just feels so much nicer than Hound does. And Hound feels amazing. So like in hand, he feels amazing. He feels incredible in alt mode and bot mode, just like this guy. But this guy, I don't know. There's just something about this guy. This guy comes, Sideswipe comes together a lot cleaner. I think that's what it is. It's just so, man, it's so satisfying. This guy is satisfying to hold in hand. Even with the scares with these hinges around his legs, it's, you know, the pros far outweigh the cons. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting this guy. Of all the Wave 1 figures, I would say if you can get this guy, you could be satisfied. And then, you know, get Hound, of course. Flywheels, sure. You know, he's one of my favorites, but that's a different story. You know, go see my review on that guy if you want that story. Cog, you know, but this guy right here, he is a must-have for your Siege collection. If you don't get this guy, you are genuinely missing out. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. This guy is a good figure. Hound and Sideswipe, definitely get those figures. If you are in the Siege, if you're collecting Siege, definitely get those figures. All right, that's it for my review. Tell me what you think about this guy in the comments below. If you like this video, give me a like. If you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I put new stuff up on the channel. Be on the lookout for pictures of Sideswipe and Hound and Cog and Flywheels and Optimus Prime, and, you know, just be on the lookout for pictures of the Siege figures that I have. Especially this guy. This guy is, oh, wow. You know, he's going to get his own spread. This is an amazing figure. All right. Be on the lookout for that on my Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for watching.